Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. Guys, we're doing an updated look at Render. We're going to go over the bull run price prediction as well as support levels below, as it looks like crypto might get a little dip. However, I do think the bottom is in for a lot of altcoins, and I also believe it is in for Bitcoin. Regardless of what you think, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. We're going to take a look at it. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. I'm doing this entire altcoin series, but I can't do every coin over and over and over again. So I'm only going to keep in the rotation the coins that get the most reaction. So if you want to see more Render, whether you like what I have to say or not, if you want to see more of it, go ahead and give me a reaction. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. So Render, I'm bullish on Render, but someone commented something. I'm not going to call this person out. They commented on another video about how Render has broken support and next support is at 50 cents. And I'm not really sure where all that comes from. It's all nonsense. And they weren't even being like bearish. I guess it is bearish, but it sounds like they like Render. So well, it's all nonsense though. And we're going to take a look, and I'm going to show you how you find these support levels. You've got to stop looking at price. I know everybody looks at price. I get it, but you can't do that. That's wrong. And even if you do look at price, 50 cents is what they said the next support was. 50 cents is right. That is like, no, I don't even know what that is. Anyway, let's take a look. So Render set a price all-time high in March of 24, $13.75. At the time, you had a $4.5 billion market cap, 327 million coins. Fast forward about 9 months, you came back. Here's where it gets interesting. You came back and set a price swing high here of 1188, but not all-time high. Swing high, 1188, this big swing down, swing up. However, this was actually more bullish. Your market cap was 6.1 billion compared to 4.5 billion. So this was more bullish, even though price didn't reflect it, because you increased your circulating supply by about 30%. You went from 320 million to 420 million. Fast forward to bear market, current price. We are at, I didn't even update this. I'm sorry. I should have updated this. My fault, guys. We're at, the last time I did this video, we're at $1.60, but we're currently at $1.24. I'm sorry about that. That is my fault. We're at $1.24. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the prediction though. $1.24 with about a $640 million market cap. I'm looking at the top of the screen. I'm about to pull it up. At about 520 million coins in circulation. By next cycle, we'll have about 530 million. So we pretty much have all the coins in circulation we're going to have. So nothing will change as far as that goes. And here is your market cap. I had to draw in the blue bars because TradingView does not have the full history of the market cap. This is correct. You can go fact check me if you don't believe me, but it is correct. And you can see up here up top, this is where we set a price all-time high. And later when we came back and set that 1188 swing high was actually a higher high on market cap, but you had unlocks, okay? So that means it's going to be more difficult for Render to set a new all-time high. I'm not saying impossible. It's just going to be more difficult. You will have to far exceed your market cap just to do that, right? I mean, for example, you exceeded it here, but you still didn't set a all-time high. You just had a lower high, right? And we're going to talk about that. And it's even worse because you've added about 20% more to even this. So it's going to be even tougher, but I think it can be done. But in the event that you don't, we're going to look for Fibonacci retracement levels on market cap. Again, you cannot fib price. It is not linear because you've unlocked so many coins. So if you were to just retrace to one of these levels and head down, you would want to know what this translated to price at. In order to do that, you take your fib level and the market cap that goes with it, and you divide that by circulating supply. And I have done that for you, and here are the numbers for that in case you want to jot these down. If you were to just retrace to, say, the golden pocket, for example, you would have a price of $7.54. If you did your all-time high market cap, one-to-one retrace, instead of having a almost $14 price, you would only have $11.58. So these are your retrace levels. You'll definitely want to make a note of those just in case. Be prepared. I always tell everybody in my Discord, expect less and be happy if you get more. But when you expect more, when you expect price here, then you miss this and you round trip your bag. So expect less and then look for the exit signs if they come. And if they don't come, then ride it up until they do come. But expect less and be happy with more. Never expect more. That we call those round trippers, okay? My bull run price prediction, though, for Render is going to be a new all-time high. I do think you set a new all-time high. $10 billion market cap, $18.69 is what I am looking for. And from current bear market lows here, not counting this crazy October 10th wick low, although we could come that low, but not counting that from current bear market lows, that's going to give you about a 16x there. So I think Render is very, very, very bullish. I'm looking for big things out of it. You're holding massive macro market structure. Here is a bullish market structure, excuse me. Here's your previous bear market low, and you can see even on price, which isn't linear, so we don't want to go by that, but even on price with all the unlocks, you're still setting higher highs and higher lows. And if you look on market cap, it's even more bullish, higher highs, higher lows. So I am expecting you to come up here and set a new price all-time high. $10 billion, that's going to be right about the 1.618 retrace level. So that is pretty typical of bullish coins to hit the 1.618. That's what I'm anticipating. Now let's talk about levels below in case we come lower. So again, somebody said in comments that the next support is 50 cents and that we've broken support. Well, we have not broken support. Like I'm not even sure where that's coming from, but clearly we came down here in January, February, and we set a support right there, and we have not taken that out. So we've not broken support at all. This green box was the shaded box that we had projected way up here that we come down to, and we did come and hit it. So we have actually hit our target. But should we come take that support out, let me show you how you would find that. We're going to come back over here, and I can see clearly on the chart, this is your support and resistance. You can see a good support resistance flip right there. That is going to be major support, not to mention the support we already have below that we have not broken yet. So both of these are major support and resistance, and I did go ahead and put those on the chart right there. So those are our kind of our zone boxes, if you will, support and resistance. And I did the Chinese arithmetic and added them to your price chart as well. And those are right here. So should we come lower, I think the bare bones lowest possible we would go would be 80 cents, but I really don't think we get there. I think we're much, much, much closer to the end of this bear market than people think. I would actually be surprised if we got below this at about $1, anywhere from $1.15 to $1. I'd be really surprised if we got below that. I mean, I could see a sweep of these lows right here, something like into that and go, but 50 cents is not even close to on the table. So whoever said that, I couldn't disagree more. I think you're so far off base, it's not even funny. And you can see, this is why you don't want to throw support and resistance on price when you have token unlocks. You've got to look at support and resistance on market cap and then divide it by your circulating supply. So I'm looking for somewhere like this, one of these little pullback areas. And let's check Damien for you guys. Damien is our premium raw indicator. You can only get it at anthonyleeraw.com. And let's see what it's saying. We're getting a 2-week unconfirmed Damien buy signal. It is unconfirmed, and these play out big every single time. Look at this, guys. Look, you will never find an indicator this good. Never. I don't care how hard you try, you won't do it. Now, this signal was unconfirmed when we got it back here in the bear market. I mean, that was it. That was the bottom. Big move up. I mean, 3,300% move up. Even the last time you got it, guys, when you got a confirmed signal here, you got a move up of 126%. All of these are big moves up. Every single time you get one confirmed, big move up, 75% there. Now, it's coming back against you now. So this likely could disappear before confirmation. Confirmation will be upon a 2-week close, which is in 5.5 days. So if this doesn't start to push back up, you could see this disappear. So this may get invalidated, but as of now, every single time you've had a confirmed 2-week buy signal, it has led to a big move up. So we'll want to watch this in 5 days to see what price looks like. But like I said, should we come lower, I don't think there's a chance we get below 80 cents, and I would really be surprised if we went below this dollar level. But, I mean, worst case scenario, somewhere right here between 80 and 90 cents is our zone. But, I don't even see that happening. I think we're much closer to the end than people think, and then you can look forward to your $18.69 render, but be prepared for these retrace levels just in case. And if nothing else, you could look to spot trade these levels for higher, something like this: sell, rebuy, all the way up to your target. So, and if you should sell one of these in anticipation of rebuy and you don't get the rebuy signal, then congratulations, you sold the top, wherever that may be. So this is my render prediction. Let me know what you think below. Get on over anthonyleeraw.com and get your Damien indicator today. Works on any time frame. And I guarantee you won't find a better indicator. Go get it today. Trust me. I'll see you guys next time.